Anyone not? I think ada seorang yang contact saya from BS, Building Survey. How many of you from Building Survey? Ada Building Survey? How many?
Macam tak ada je, sir.
Ada seorang WhatsApp saya. Kita tak join kelas ni. Saya join ni. Apa tak nama dia? Never mind. So basically majority of you are from diploma in building lah. Okay, I believe ada mix lah from Perak and also Sarawak. Okay, so what we are going to do today is that I'm going to give you a brief introduction of the subject, okay, which is BCM 523 Construction Economics 2. Okay, why terus 2? Mana 1 dia? Most of Construction Economics 1 actually is only for STPM and matric student. Okay, basically for diploma in building, you have learned building economics, if I'm not mistaken, in part 6 kot. Am I right?
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Alright. So this subject is a continuity from what you have learned in your diploma level lah. Okay. So but in degree level, of course, we are going to go into more in depth about construction economics. Okay, the slide has been shared in, has been uploaded in UFuture. Okay, you boleh download dalam UFuture tu, nota you boleh ambil kat situ lah. Ada for today's slide. Kita nak share pula sekejap Okay, nampak slide ni?
Nampak.
Alright. Alright. So as I mentioned earlier, we are going to have an introduction on this subject, Construction Economics 2. What we are going to do is that I'm going to share with you especially the main important part is the content of the subject lah. Okay, what we are going to learn for the next 14 weeks until week 14 nanti lah, at the end of the semester. And what is my expectation towards this subject? What is your responsibility? Okay, and how we're going to conduct the class. Okay, of course, using online, but what are platform that we are going to use using besides this Google Meet. And I'm also going to share with you the assessment of the subject. Okay, what are the assessment that you're going to go through beside final examinations lah. Okay. Alright, but before we go into detail, I believe most of you belum kenal. So for the first time this semester, subjek ni diajar oleh saya seorang saja. Okay, tak ada partner. Okay, I think kebanyakan subjek BCM you will see throughout your time here in UiTM Shah Alam, most of the subject will be shared with at least 2 lecturers. Okay, except this subject lah. Okay, but because previously, beside myself, the other lecturers that taught this subject is Professor Dr. Roshana Takil. Okay, dia dah retired, dah tak mengajar. So, selamatlah you all. Okay, so saya seorang saya yang mengajar. So, here is a little bit background of myself. Ini nama saya lah Muhammad Reza Isa. Bear in mind that in our Center of Studies, there are another Reza, jangan tertukar. I believe yang maybe kat Sarawak, dekat Perak ada yang pernah jumpa dia lah kot, sebab sebelum ni he serve in UiTM Perak, Cik Sir Reza Yusof. Okay, dia double E, saya satu E je. Okay. Yang dekat Perak pun ada Cik Reza juga, I believe, Cik Reza Rosman, he is my ex-student. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a little bit background on my academic background lah. Okay, as you can see here, I'm also an UiTM product. I did my diploma in building in UiTM Shah Alam. Okay, so I graduated from diploma in building. Masa tu Shah Alam masih ada diploma. Okay, I think Shah Alam stopped taking diploma student 2007 or 8 kot. Last batch diploma. Lepas tu semua ke Cawangan, Perak dan masuk Sarawak. And I finished my diploma in 2003, and after that I straight away did my degree lah, construction management. Dulu bachelor in construction management in bracket honors. Okay, sekarang you bachelor of science. Nama program pun dah tukar, tapi still construction management lah. Okay, during my time is only a 2 years program. Okay, tak ada, even you diploma QS ke, you daripada politeknik ke, you still kena ambil 2 tahun. Kalau masa zaman saya dulu lah. Okay, sekarang ni with the new syllabus, kita jadi 3.5 years program. Okay, kita dah ada intake from SKPM, kita dah ada intake from Matrix as well. Okay, that's why you masuk-masuk terus part 4. Okay, kalau saya dulu masuk-masuk part 1 je, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, habis. Alright. So, after I completed my degree, which was on at the end of 2005, December 2005 kot, saya habis degree. And early 2006 tu construction industry in Malaysia is quite struggling lah. Okay, so maksudnya there is not much job opportunities during that time. Peluang pekerjaan tak banyak sangat sebab construction industry kat Malaysia masa tu tengah struggle. Okay, however, there are a lot of opportunities abroad. Okay, if you notice 2005-2006 tu the construction industry in Middle East countries is booming, tengah meletup. Okay, especially in Dubai. Okay, masa itulah tahun-tahun Dubai tengah nak naik 2005-2006. So there are a lot of opportunities for Malaysians to go there to serve, to work in overseas projects lah. Okay, but masa tu saya tak terfikir ke arah tu. So what I did is that I applied for young scheme lecturers under UiTM, ataupun dipanggil tenaga pengajar muda lah. Okay, it's a scholarship program, and which under this scholarship they will sponsor you everything lah to do your master. Okay, so alhamdulillah I've been selected. I did my master in building science at National University of Singapore from 2006 sampai 2008, 2 tahun lah. Okay, yang sekali pergi dengan saya, maybe some of them you akan jumpa lah. I'm not sure semester ni ada ajar ke tak, but throughout your time in UiTM Shah Alam, you akan jumpa Puan Farah Zuhairah, Puan Farah Norizah, Dr. Farah Zuhairah, and Puan Noris Syahini. Ini semua satu classmate saya lah, daripada degree sampailah master. So after finishing my master, I started became a lecturer in May 2008 in UiTM Shah Alam lah. Daripada 2008 sampailah ke hari ini masih di UiTM Shah Alam. Belum ada perancangan ataupun nak kena ke Cawangan lagi for the time being lah. I'm not sure in the future lah, maybe in the future kena ke Sarawak atau Perak, I don't know. But for the time being masih di Shah Alam. Okay, I took my study leave in 2014 for 3 years until 2017 to do my PhD. Okay, so as you know, as academicians, it's a requirement lah untuk do PhD untuk your career development. Okay, kalau tanya saya memang kalau boleh tak nak buat, okay, tapi di arah untuk buat. Okay, so I did my PhD in topic related to sustainable construction demolition waste management at University of Queensland, Australia. So I came back to UiTM Shah Alam in October 2017. October 2017. So I got my PhD in March 2018. Okay, roughly baru dalam 2 tahun lah got my PhD. Baju sama dengan gambar 12-an. Okay, so the main point is that when you have PhD, of course there is a title in front of your name. Okay, but for me it doesn't matter whether you want to call me Dr. Reza or Sir Reza. I don't care, as long as you show some kind of respect lah, as I'm your lecturer lah. Okay, tak panggil doktor pun tak apa, tak ada masalah. Because it's just a title, kita tak hormati. Okay, but itu untuk saya. But because some of the lecturers are very particular, especially kat Malaysia ni kan, diorang kalau boleh nak ada title, dah ada title tu nak kena panggil. Okay, especially yang dah title panjang, Profesor, Doktor, Datin, Datuk, apalah. Okay, so for me it doesn't matter lah. Okay, so as long as tengok panggil nama dah lah. Okay, because in overseas, kalau macam saya belajar dekat UQ University of Queensland dulu kat Australia, my supervisor, kita panggil nama je. Tak panggil title ni. Kat overseas, that's the trend lah in overseas. Okay, kat Malaysia je kita memang culture kita begitu, so ikutlah. Bagi saya tak ikut, tak apa. Alright, so that's a little bit background on myself lah. Okay, as your lecturer for this subject. So beside this subject, BCM 523, I also teach Context Part 6, BCM 614. Okay, kalau ada rezeki panjang umur, kita jumpa lagi lah Part 6 nanti. Okay, kalau dia beri tanggungjawab untuk ajar subjek tu lagi lah. Alright, BCM 614. Okay, itu normally subjek degree yang saya ajar lah, 523 dengan 614. And sometimes PD 673 nanti pun saya ada. Tengok lah, depends. Alright, I'm not going to ask you to introduce you one by one. Okay, text is a time consuming. Macam banyak masa sangat lah nak kenalkan diri seorang-seorang. And saya pun ada kelemahan di mana saya takkan ingat nama orang. Okay, so kita dah ada group tu, at least nanti anything saya boleh communicate dalam group je lah. At least saya tahu siapa kelas rep dah cukup lah untuk this subject. Alright, so what we are going to do today, okay, besides I'm introducing myself, okay, kita akan discuss what is BCM 523 all about. Okay, as I mentioned at the beginning of the class, I akan share with you the content of the BCM 523. Okay, what are the topics that we are going to learn. Okay, what are my expectations towards the whole semester. Of course, my expectation hopefully I want this subject 100% lulus lah, which never happen. Okay, tak pernah berlaku sepanjang saya menjadi lecturer sepanjang dah 12 tahun ni. Saya mengajar subjek ni dah 12 tahun. So tak pernah lagi subjek ni yang 100% lulus. Okay, so hopefully semester ni dapatlah tercapai. Okay, objektif tu hopefully lah. Okay, I try my best. I try my best to give my commitment for you to get an understanding on the related topics about the subject lah. Yang lebihnya terserah pada you lah untuk you score dan sebagainya. Okay, and of course the last one, I would like to explain to you about the process of teaching and learning. Okay, how I'm going to conduct the class lah. Okay, of course kita akan buat online, tapi what kind of platform that we are going to use. Okay, alright, so this is the course outcome of this subject. Alright, for your information, this subject is relatively a combination of theoretical and also calculation. Okay, I can say the theoretical part of the subject will cover around 40%, and the rest 60% is more on calculation based punya subject. Okay, so the mix kat situ. Alright, so at the end of the day, course outcome is the expectation lah. Okay, apa yang kita harapkan at the end of the semester, apa yang you akan achieve. Okay, so at the end of the semester, hopefully you as a student should be able to demonstrate the understanding of the macro and micro economic issue. Okay, kita akan belajar pasal ekonomi. That's the theoretical part. Okay, kenapa, for example lah, kenapa government kita buat certain decision dalam keadaan ekonomi? Kenapa government kita buat projek ni? Okay, kenapa government naikkan tax? Kenapa government kita kurangkan tax dan sebagainya? So kita akan tengok the reason on why the government choose a certain decision in our economy lah. Okay, it should be interesting lah sebenarnya dalam konteks construction ekonomi ni bila kita relate dengan government punya decision dan sebagainya. And also able to apply the economic theory related to future academic and professional life lah. Okay, so hopefully some of the knowledge you can use in your future undertaking lah as when you start working. Some of the knowledge, especially on calculation based, is quite useful lah for you to use in your for your future. Alright. Plan, but here is the summary dulu saya tunjuk. Okay, hanya seorang saja mengajar. Okay, saya mention dia, saya seorang saja mengajar for 14 weeks. Okay, kalau kita tengok kita akan ada midterm break selepas week 7 lah. Okay, akan ada seminggu break. I think around at the end of December, tak silap saya ikut, atau middle December kot kita punya break ni. Ini yang setakat ni lah, kok ada perubahan lepas ni kena PKBB kedah lagi ke kedah apa ke whatever, saya akan update lah. So for the time being, this is the plan dia lah, the schedule. So here also I include the platform that I'm going to use on each week. Okay, so kita ada basically there are 3 platform that I will normally use for the time being: Google Meet, WhatsApp, and also UFuture. Okay, 3 platform ni yang saya akan gunakan lah setakat ni. Kalau ada perubahan, I will let you know. For the time being, these 3 platform that I'm going to use for this subject. Ada certain weeks yang saya akan gunakan Meet, Google Meet. Ada certain weeks yang saya akan combine Google Meet and WhatsApp. Ada certain weeks yang maybe akan guna WhatsApp saja ataupun akan combine dengan UFuture dan sebagainya lah. Okay, this is the plan lah. Okay, any changes I will let you know later. Okay, kalau you tengok kat sini week 6 kita ada paper 1. Okay, for your information, because in ODL ni online ni dia tak kisah kita buat exam bila. Okay, so I decided to split the examination for this subject into 2 papers. Okay, paper 1 will cover only the theoretical part, which you're going to go to undertake in week 6, and paper 2 which will cover the calculation part of the subject, which you're going to take during the exam weeks. Okay, exam weeks ni start 1st February tak silap saya. Okay, nanti kita akan bagi date lah. Alright, so kita akan split 2 session of exam lah. Satu, paper 1 cover the theory, paper 2 will cover the calculation part. Okay, so ini saya letak dulu kat sini week 6. Okay, depends. Okay, maybe ada perubahan nanti, I will let you know lah. Okay, kita akan tengok nanti kalau ada in case ada perubahan dan sebagainya. Alright, you also have to go through 2 tests. Okay, nanti saya akan tunjukkan in detail lah bila kita tengok lesson plan nanti. Alright, in terms of method of teaching learning is normally kita akan ada lecture, tutorial and discussion, and apa bezanya adalah there is no more face to face for the time being. As of today, there's the decision that we are going to go through an online classes, ODL, until December. Itu dia punya instruction from T. Okay, sampai December kita kena conduct class online. Okay, if ada perubahan, I will let you know lah. And of course, you're going to aware kalau ada perubahan apa-apa lah. Of course. Okay, for the time being, kita akan go through online lah. Kelas kita sampailah so far sampai sampai ke bulan 12. Kalau tak ada perubahan, kita akan maintain sampai week 14 still online class lah. So tak ada peluang untuk face to face. Okay. Right, so this is the most important part of the subject lah. Okay, sebelum kita tengok pada lesson plan in more detail, kita tengok content of the subject. Okay. Saya tunjuk dulu topik under part 1 ataupun paper 1. Okay, tadi saya dah explain tu. This subject is divided into 2 papers, paper 1 and paper 2. Untuk topik paper 1, apa topik yang kita akan go through? Ada 2 topik. Okay, the first topic is the function and behavior of the construction industry. Okay, kita akan have an overview on the Malaysian construction industry. So, kita akan tengok apa peranan, fungsi construction industry ni towards our economy. Okay, apa peranan dia, apa function dia. Okay, apa karakteristik dia toward our national economy. Okay, apa peranan dia dalam menyumbang kepada kita punya GDP. Tahu GDP? Or dalam bahasa Melayu is KDNK, keluaran dalaman negara kasar. Okay, GDP is a gross domestic product. Okay, daripada GDP lah kita boleh tengok negara kita ni ekonomi dia stabil atau tak, kaya atau tak dan sebagainya. Okay, that's the first thing yang kita akan tengok. Dan kita akan tengok productivity and quality and also innovation. Okay, these 3 elements are very important in the construction industry that can influence our contribution towards the economy. Okay, if the construction industry become more productive, kita boleh contribute more towards our national economy. So nak make sure when we enhance our productivity level, indirectly kita punya quality of work also will be increased. Kita adalah projek yang banyak defects, okay, banyak masalah, damage, defects. Okay, baru buat tak sampai sebulan bumbung dah runtuh contohnya, tengah ada construction pun jatuh beam ke dan sebagainya. It happen a lot in Malaysia lah regarding that. So kita kena fokus on that supaya kita boleh improve kita punya image. And so when we talk about productivity and quality, kita boleh refer to how we can innovate. Okay, sebab with the current practice yang kita amalkan sekarang ni, which is the conventional method of construction, okay, kita buat traditional method, gunakan a lot of labor force, gunakan tenaga kerja asing yang ramai dan sebagainya, secara tak langsung benda tu semua memberi impak kepada productivity and quality. So we need to find ways on how we can innovate. Kita boleh improvise kita punya construction industry so that we can improve productivity and quality as well. So benda-benda macam tu kita akan tengok and discuss dalam topik pertama ni lah. And the final part of first topic ni, overseas construction opportunities for domestic firm. Okay, so macam mana kita nak venture abroad, apakah tujuan ataupun keperluan untuk kita pergi overseas project. Okay, macam mana, how we going to go to how we can involve in international projects, apa dia punya preparation requirements dia. So benda-benda macam tu kita akan go through. Alright, the second big topic under part 1 ataupun paper 1 is national and local government economic policy and the built environment. Here should be more interesting lah. Okay, you will be exposed to government punya policies. Okay, kenapa government buat certain decision as I mentioned earlier. Kenapa government kita pump duit, kenapa government kita naikkan tax. Benda-benda macam tu semua ada reason. Ada sebab government kita buat macam tu. So kita akan belajar. So kita akan belajar economic cycle, growth parts ni. Okay, have you heard about the term recession? Dalam ni susah nak bertanya, sebab tu saya tak suka online ni. Anyone? Siapa tahu recession? Boleh open mic kalau nak menjawab. Anyone? Any idea?
Macam business in the government economies cannot grow lah.
Okay. Hampir
Yang macam cause a halt to all businesses.
Yes, okay. That's what you said just now is the impact of recession actually. Okay, but it's still right. Okay, tak ada masalah dengan jawapan tu. Okay, recession ni sebenarnya dalam bahasa Melayu dia is kemelesetan ekonomi, kelembapan ekonomi. Ini yang kita tengah hadapi sekarang ni. Okay, so when we face recession, ekonomi kita lembab, slow, itu yang berlaku. Yang macam like your friend said just now. Okay, impact pada business, okay, business tak boleh berkembang dan sebagainya. Alright, so kita akan belajar macam mana recession tu boleh berlaku. So bila berlaku recession tu, macam mana kita nak buat untuk pulihkan recession tu? Apa function government? Apa government perlu buat untuk solve the problem of recession tadi? Okay, that's the idea on how you're going to go through for this second part or second topic under part paper 1. Okay, so kita akan lebih tengok apa function demand and supply dalam ekonomi ni. Okay, so that's the things that you're going to learn in paper 1. Okay, so it's more on theory paper 1 ni. Okay, so dalam exam ada 2 soalan. Okay, you kena jawab dulu. Tak silap saya pun sebab ini kita revise itu content structure the exam paper, saya tak ingat sama ada pilihan jawab, ada pilihan ataupun nanti later saya akan inform lah bila saya dah confirmkan the parts. Okay, that's paper 1. Untuk paper 2, as I mentioned, is more on calculation. Okay, ada few topics, 1, 2, 3 or 4 ni saya tak ingat. 4 in total. Right, the first part, the first topic under paper 2 is about economic assessment or investment appraisals. Okay, kita akan belajar time value of money, kita akan belajar IRR, internal rate of return, kita akan belajar MRR, NPV, net present value. That's the terms that you are going to get familiar with later on. Okay, kita akan belajar for example like you as a contractor, you have option let's say 3 projects yang you boleh bid. Okay, you have project A, project B, project C. Tetapi you tak ada kemampuan untuk buat ketiga-tiga je. Okay, so you by learning this investment appraisals, you can calculate, you can evaluate each project yang mana sebenarnya terbaik untuk company you financially, yang akan bagi you more profit. That's the general idea what you're going to learn on this first part. Okay, kita akan tengok apa option yang terbaik untuk company kita. Okay, by using investment appraisal. Okay, the second topic is cost analysis for decision making. Okay, so ini kita nak tengok break even. Okay, bila kita akan dapat profit, tahun keberapa dan sebagainya. And then there is a little bit theory on this part. Walaupun dia majority calculation tapi still ada theory little bit. For example, like untuk topik ketiga ni, sources of finance. Ada short term, medium term and long term. This topic is very important, especially when you run business. Okay, kita nak tahu, nak kembangkan bisnes, what type of finance yang kita ada. Bila kita perlu apply untuk short term, bila kita perlu apply untuk medium term and long term. Okay, macam mana nak apply dan sebagainya, apa option yang ada. Short term pun ada jenis-jenis dia, long term pun ada jenis-jenis dia. Mana yang terbaik untuk bisnes kita, mana yang terbaik untuk company kita. So that's the things that you're going to learn on the sources of finance. And the last part, okay, let's say you want to find investors. Okay, kita nak tarik pelabur untuk melabur dalam company kita. Okay, pelabur ni dia nak melabur bukan simply dia letak duit dalam company, dia nak tengok juga kita punya performance, company kita ni okey ke tak, stable ke tak, ekonomi, financial dia dan sebagainya. So kat sinilah gunanya knowledge financial analysis ni. Okay, dia boleh evaluate kita punya company's performance. Hutang banyak ke, aset dia berapa banyak. Kita akan belajar what we call it as a ratios measures. Okay, ada lot of ratios yang kita akan belajar nak evaluate the company's performance. Sama ada company tu financial dia okay atau tak. Sama juga dengan bank. Okay, for example, like you want to apply for bank loan. Okay, you nak apply dengan bank loan, bank takkan simply approve you punya loan. Dia akan tengok dulu you punya background. Okay, financial background you strong ke tak dan sebagainya. Dari situ dia akan buat financial analysis ni. Okay, nak tengok company kita punya financial okay ke tak before they approve you punya loan application. So that's the calculation part yang you akan belajar lah untuk paper tu. Okay. Yep, saya try. Nampak PDF file ni?
Nampak.
Okay. So this is your lesson plan in detail. Okay. From week 1 sampai lah week 14. Okay. This file also has been uploaded in UFeature. You boleh download, you boleh tengok nanti later. So we are in the first week. Okay, we are having an introduction class. Okay, some sort like icebreaking session. I'm introducing the subject, explaining about the content of the subject and so on. So
Sir.
remarks, yeah.
Kalau PDF tak nampak Azhar.
Yang sekarang ni?
Sekarang ni tinggal PowerPoint lagi.
Oh ya ke? Sekejap. Sekejap. Sekarang nampak?
Nampak.
Okay. Alright. Can I repeat again? Okay, sekarang this is the detail of your lesson plan. Okay, from week 1 sampai lah week 14. Okay, so currently we are in the first week. So we are having an introduction session. Okay, I'm explaining to you about the content of the subject, how we're going to conduct the class and so on. Okay, so here in remarks, what platform that I'm going to use. Okay, so kat sini for the first week saya akan gunakan Google Meet. Okay, alright, start next week we are going to start with our lecture. Okay, kita akan cover dulu paper 1 punya topics. Okay, you tengok ada different colour ni. Okay, different colour ni membezakan dia antara paper 1 dengan paper 2. Okay, so means that for the first 6 weeks ni kita akan go through paper 1 and then selebihnya kita akan go through paper 2. Okay, so kita akan start dengan overview of Malaysian construction industry in As you see, if you notice in your timetable, there are 2 slots for this subject. Okay, Wednesday 4 to 6, and today Thursday 2 to 4. Okay, so for the time being, I'm going to use both slot. Okay, saya akan gunakan both slot untuk subjek ni. So next week kita akan start Rabu dan Khamis lah. Okay, cuma minggu ni sebab saya yesterday saya bagi you all settle down register subjek dan sebagainya dulu. Okay. So next week kita akan start with the first lecture. So the notes will be uploaded in in UFuture. Okay, before class lah, one day before class. Usually dah ada dalam UFuture, you boleh download, you boleh tengok during the lecture. So saya akan conduct the class using Google Meet. Same goes during the second class of next week on Thursday. Also, we will cover topic innovation and also overseas construction opportunities. Kita akan gunakan Google Meet. Week 3 ada perbezaan sikit. Okay. Week 3 topik productivity in the construction industry. Yang ini kita akan gunakan platform UFuture. Saya try, I'm not sure whether it's working or not. Okay, sebab dalam topik ni saya disediakan 5 lebih kurang 3 to 5 short video. Okay, explaining about this topic. Okay, I try to upload the video in UFuture. Kalau works, boleh upload sebab takut file besar tak boleh upload. You boleh tengok video tu dalam UFuture. Kalau tak boleh, saya akan upload dalam WhatsApp group. Okay, you boleh tengok. You boleh refer video tu dengan full notes yang saya akan bagi. And then the following class on Thursday, kita akan ada 1 hour Q&A session on the specific topic. Okay, maksudnya you ni lebih pada self-learning punya approach. Okay, you kena belajar sendiri, kena tengok nota, and saya provide video explanation punya video untuk you bagi more for you on the topics. Then the following class on Thursday, dalam WhatsApp group, you boleh tanya anything you want to ask about the topic. Apa yang tak faham, apa yang tak clear dan sebagainya. So I allocate 1 hour. I think 1 hour should be enough lah untuk discussion session. Kalau kita terpaksa drag, tak ada masalah. Okay, sebab kita pun allocate 2 jam untuk subjek ni on Thursday. Okay, so dalam WhatsApp tu kita boleh discuss. I will respond lah dalam WhatsApp tu, any questions yang saya boleh respond. Okay, so week 4 kita akan masuk pada second topic of paper 1. Yang ni dah habis lah, paper 1 kan ada 2 topik. Okay, sampai week 3 kita dah cover satu topik. Masuk week 4 kita dah start new topic on paper 1. So kita akan start the basic concept of economy. So konsep bersama, saya akan upload video. Saya try dulu dalam UFuture, boleh upload ke tak video size yang maybe agak besar, takut tak boleh nak upload. Okay, kalau okay, so you boleh tengok dalam UFuture. Alright, and tengok refer notes, cuba fahamkan. Any question you boleh ask the next class on Thursday. Okay, sama juga sampailah week 6. That's the process. Okay, sampai week 6. Okay, so saya akan upload video, you boleh tengok video, refer notes. Anything you want to ask, you can ask the next class the following day. Okay. So after we finish week 6, kita akan ada paper 1. Okay, untuk exam. So maybe saya akan bagi you time around a few days untuk you buat revision, your own revisions. Perhaps untuk paper 1 ni saya akan conduct on weekend. Okay, Saturday or Sunday lah. Sebab saya takut kalau during weekdays mengganggu kelas-kelas you yang lain. Okay, so maybe roughly around 2 hours kot untuk you spend untuk fokus that paper 1. Okay. Alright, selepas habis tu kita akan masuk pada part paper 2 punya topics lah, which is calculation. Okay, kat sini untuk part 2 ni atau paper 2 ni saya akan conduct semua kelas pakai Google Meet sebagai calculation. Okay, takut ni tak clear nanti. So fully each topic ni kita akan ada exercise. Okay, selepas habis topik kita akan buat exercise, habis topik kita akan buat exercise supaya you lebih faham lah. Okay, sebab saya akan first ni saya akan bagi lecture, bagi contoh macam mana nak apply the formula dan sebagainya, and the next class kita akan practice macam mana nak gunakan. Okay, I will guide you lah during this session, during the exercise session ni saya akan guide you macam mana nak apply the formula dan sebagainya. So sampailah week 10 ni kalau you tengok ada test 1, week 13 ada test 2. Okay, sebab ada 2 test untuk cover calculation ni lah. Okay, so ini saya letak dulu lah test 1, test 2 tu, maybe ada perubahan. Kalau ada perubahan I will let you know. Okay, so that's the for the time being this is the plan dia lah. Okay, hopefully kita boleh ikut. Okay, so far ada soalan? Ada soalan?
So far okay.
No, sir.
Tak ada
Okay.
sir.
Alright. Okay, kalau ada soalan, kalau you tak nak interrupt me, you boleh tulis dekat chat session tu, saya boleh nanti after finish the slide nanti saya boleh go through lah. Boleh nak bertanya apa-apa, tak ada masalah. Okay, mode of assessment, saya dah mention just now, ada 2 paper, paper 1, paper 2. The total final exam is 60%, paper 1 will cover 20%, paper 2 will cover 40%. Okay, so weightage dia lebih banyak pada calculation lah, teori dia a little bit, saya 20%. Ada assignment 20%, test 20%. Okay, kalau you perasan dalam lesson plan tu tak ada assignment yang saya masukkan. 5. So assignment ni lebih I'm going to utilize UFuture punya platform lah. So nanti saya akan upload soalan dalam tu, you kena jawab gunakan platform UFuture. Okay, nanti saya akan inform lah bila you kena buat. Okay, assignment tu dia lebih kepada individual punya works lah. Okay, bukan grouping, sebab dalam konteks sekarang ni ODL agak susah nak buat, kita nak conduct group ni assignment lah, sebab you bertaburan di 100 sukat. Okay, so lebih kepada individual punya assignment. Okay, so lebih kepada short questions you kena jawab dalam bentuk essay dan sebagainya, upload dalam UFuture sebagainya lah. Okay, untuk test tadi as you notice dalam lesson plan ada 2 test, test 1 and 2. Okay, so cover 20% lah, so to carry marks you all 40%, so total 100%. So here some of the useful punya readings kalau you nak refer, ada books, even dalam website dalam CIDB apa semua I will share lah later on. Okay, so that's about the subject. Okay, so now we move on to the context of you as a students lah, especially saya nak emphasize kat sini your responsibility lah. Okay, before we start the formal lecture next week. Okay, firstly is time. Okay, so far tadi saya tengok is quite amazing lah, you all boleh masuk quite maybe first week kan, semangat ni macam sikit masuk awal. I hope you can maintain that throughout the semester and also with other subject as well. Okay, sebab ada I think a lot of lecturers yang gunakan Google Meet. Sebab apa saya suruh you masuk 5 to 10 minutes early? Sebab every time you join saya kena approve dulu, saya kena klik accept. Okay, so nasib baik ni you all berapa orang tadi, 50 lebih je. So 50 lebih kali saya kena tekan accept. Okay, so kalau student ada 120, 120 kali lah saya kena tekan accept before you can join the session dalam Google Meet tu. Okay, so that's why saya suruh you join 5 to 10 minutes early. Sebab bila saya dah start lecture, kadang tengah-tengah start ni tiba-tiba ada kawan tengah nak masuk, interrupt my lecture, so tak best lah. Okay, kadang saya tengah cakap tiba-tiba idea hilang, so susah lah. So saya nak kalau boleh you manage your time properly lah, join the session 5 to 10 minutes early. Okay. Alright, notes will be given, so saya akan upload dalam UFuture. Okay, at least one day before. Okay, saya akan upload dalam UFuture. Once ready, saya akan inform dalam group lah. Okay, the notes is ready, you can download, you boleh tengok during. And the last one yang saya nak tekankan adalah entrance exit survey. Okay, I think masa diploma UiTM student tak ada masalah kot. Ini memang rutin setiap semester you all. Okay, you kena isi entrance survey pada awal semester ni, sampai saya tak sure sampai week berapa dia buka entrance survey ni. Tapi kalau boleh habis je session ni kan terus dia jawab. You pun dah buka UFuture kan. Okay, untuk attendant memang saya gunakan UFuture . Okay, so you boleh masuk UFuture, you jangan lupa tick untuk attendant you. Okay, dalam UFuture sebab senang untuk saya refer nanti. Sebab kalau saya pakai Google Form untuk ambil attendance dan sebagainya, it's quite complicated sikit lah. Okay, you kena kena klik Google Form, kena tick, kena isi nama dan sebagainya, nombor metrik, lepas tu saya kena extract file masuk dalam Excel dan sebagainya. Waste of time lah. Sebab kita dah ada platform YouFuture tu, kita gunakan kat situ. So senang. Okay, attendance kat YouFuture juga. So untuk entrance exit survey ni, as I mentioned earlier, entrance ni pada peringkat awal ni, and exit survey hujung semester nanti, week 14 nanti. Nanti saya akan ingatkan kembali, week 14 nanti. Okay, make sure jawab. Okay, jawab sejujurnya. Okay, sebab soalan entrance survey ni, tujuan dia kita nak tengok pemahaman you pada peringkat awal ni. Peringkat awal semester ni. Kalau okay, so bila exit survey nanti, make sure jawab sejujurnya juga. Kalau dulu awal semester you tak tahu apa-apa, at the end of semester maybe knowledge you naik. Dia if I'm not mistaken, dalam entrance exit survey tu dia pakai skill 1 to 5 kot, tak silap saya. Okay, 1 tu kalau you tak tahu apa-apa, 5 tu you memang dah tahu topik tu. Okay, so awal-awal ni I believe majority student maybe akan tick dekat 1 or 2. Okay, tak tahu. Okay, jangan awal-awal ni tick 5, tahu. Tapi bila exit survey, dia jawab tick 1. Jadi tak tahu pula. Itu yang tak nak tu. Okay, make sure the scale is increasing. Okay, bukan decreasing. Tak nak turun lah. Nak meningkat lah, ada perubahan lah. Hopefully. Okay, so you boleh jawab dalam YouFuture lah. Okay, platform YouFuture ni. Okay, itu saja. Ada soalan? That's my details lah. Contact number, nombor bilik pun tak ada guna sebab kita tiada di campus. Okay, so but tak tahulah after December tiba-tiba masuk ke apa kan. But that's my detail lah. Okay, ada soalan nak bertanya?
Tak ada soalan buat masa sekarang, sir.
Tak ada soalan juga, sir.
Okay. I believe the numbers ni akan increase by next week kot. Alright, sebab ada yang buat rayuan dan sebagainya. So far 17. Biasanya kita akan dapat number dalam 20 plus. Maximum 30 lah. Okay, so the number will be increasing lah by next week, I believe. Okay, so if there is no questions, again as a recap, kita akan start lecture next week. Okay, on first lecture on Thursday, 4 to 6, saya akan share the notes dalam YouFuture. Link also will be attached in YouFuture as well. Okay, so hopefully by next week dah boleh access lah. Okay, YouFuture semua majority. So far saya tengok hari ni majority dah boleh access YouFuture, tak ada masalah lah sepatutnya. Okay, so don't forget to answer the entrance survey. Okay, straight away lepas ni habis ni terus jawab je. Tak payah nak delay nanti terlupa. Okay, terus jawab. Okay, as I mentioned just now, jawablah sejujur-jujurnya. Kalau tak tahu, tak tahulah. Kalau tahulah. Okay, and that's it. That's all for today. Kita jumpa next week lah. Alright, so thank you for your time and commitment. Okay, that's all. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Assalamualaikum.